How many of you guys have actually heard of the Dyson Air Multiplier, or even seen them in the stores? I honestly think it's an overhyped piece of crap, especially from what I've seen of the Sears and Best Buy. If the display model doesn't make me want to buy it, then you know it fails as a product. But anyway, for this video, I decided to look at the commercials Dyson has made for this product. 2 years ago, I actually looked at one of their commercials on my main channel, but hey, I figured I'd look at it again, mainly to make it more presentable compared to back then. I'll link to the original video in the description. And since this is my fan collecting channel, why not use a fan to actually represent myself? And what better fan to use to represent myself than a childhood classic? God, I miss those fans.
A fan. Nothing much wrong there. Well, actually there is. Leaving aside blades, safety grills and limited settings, the design's hardly changed since 1890.
Yeah, except for flimsier construction and shittier pitch on the blades. And more remote controls. Oh, and let's not forget about cheaper motors. Okay, let's face it, I'm nitpicking. I get what he's trying to say, but the thing is, the design doesn't need to change since it's been working for all these years. For the most part. Really, the only thing that this fixes is that kids are less likely to get their fingers chopped. Also, am I the only one who kind of finds it funny that they can't have any of the brand names shown on any of these fans?
Spinning blades chop the air, causing annoying buffeting.
Funny thing is, they never explain how this is annoying. Probably because no one else has actually complained about this.
Turn it off, and you realize how unsettling it's been.
To this day, I still don't know what he's trying to say with that statement. Is he trying to say you realize how hot it is? I'm really starting to think he's just making up random crap now.
Our solution uses airfoil technology. With no blades, it can release a steady stream of smooth air.
You mean no visible blades? They just put a turbine in the base. And that was the old Dyson commercial. Now let's look at the new one.
When airflow is forced to change direction, the disrupted air is turbulent. Turbulence is noisy and wastes energy. In the latest generation of Dyson fans, turbulence is minimized, ensuring they're quieter and more efficient than their predecessors.
Bullshit! I've seen the display models at Best Buy, and it is loud as hell if you put it on the high setting. And I can easily tell you that it gets annoying really quick.
This begins with the intake holes, carefully arranged so air is drawn evenly into the machine. Motor noise is captured and dissipated by a Helmholtz cavity, and any vibration is isolated by an acoustically engineered motor casing. The fins of the impeller are asymmetric, so each harmonizes with the others.
You mean kind of like normal fans?
And they have a scalloped trailing edge to further improve acoustics. An aerodynamic diffuser separates the airflow into controlled paths for efficiency. Air is then channeled equally into the two sides of the loop. It has a larger volume at the bottom, which allows air to enter with less turbulence, reducing noise.
Bullshit.
As the loop builds, air is forced out through the aperture at a high constant velocity. As the airflow exits, it clings to the airfoil-shaped ramp, generating maximum velocity and projection.
Again, I call bullshit. This actually seems to blow less than a regular table fan, most likely because the blades are trying to force air up through a base.
Surrounding air is then drawn in from around the loop, amplifying the volume of air projected. This is how air multiplier technology projects smooth, powerful, high-velocity airflow. Powerful airflow, no blades.
And that was the new Dyson fan commercial. While it's not as bad as the older one, it's still pretty much trying to overhype its product. Really, the air multiplier doesn't seem that great. It just seems like cheap plastic with a turbine trying to force air through the base. And from what I've seen, it breaks easily. Not to mention it's incredibly noisy. So really, it's just a waste of money. I still find it ridiculous that they're selling it as high of a price as they are now. Anyways, this is MacBoy Redux signing off.